Welcome back to another episode of the GSD Show, and in this GSD Bite episode, we're going to talk about how you can be a more successful franchisee. And after working with over 45 major franchises, I've got a lot to share.
Want to get inside access to the ad campaigns that have been used by some of the most successful fitness studio brands from all over the world? The ads they've used, the landing pages, texts, emails, videos, what their prospect journey looks like? All of that is available now in LRVT, which stands for Loud Rumor Virtual Training. Whether you're a rookie in the advertising game or a seasoned professional, LRVT is designed to help you and your team advertise like the best fitness studios on the planet. Each training is well produced, thorough, and based on proven campaigns that we've ran successfully over and over again. You'll also be a member of our community where you can ask questions and get support from our team, as well as the many other studio owners that we work with. To get started, go to loudrumorvt.com. Again, that's loudrumorvt.com.
All right, guys, welcome back. Now, there's a lot of different things that you can do to be a more successful franchisee. And if you haven't already watched the episode or listened to the episode when I interviewed Bedros Keuilian or Matt Kafora, I definitely recommend going back and listening to those because Bedros has built Fit Body Bootcamp to almost 1,000 franchisees already, and he's got a lot of really great tips there. And also Matt Kafora is a franchisee of 7 Orange Theory Fitnesses, and he's just doing over 7 figures in every one, and he talks a lot about how he's been a successful franchisee as well. But after working with over 45, I think, franchisees or franchises within the space and thousands of franchisees, all different types, and interviewing a lot of them, talking with a lot of them, I've been able to definitely catch patterns as to what the best franchisees are doing, what the average franchisees are doing, and what the absolute worst franchisees, the most unsuccessful ones, are doing. And so I wanted to share that with you today. And obviously there's a lot of different things. I mean, business is broken up into a lot of different categories between sales and marketing and advertising and leadership and culture and money management. Any one of those things done very poorly can actually bring your business down or put you out of business. But let's say all things are generally equal, right? There's one thing particularly that I noticed that the best franchisees do and the worst franchisees don't do. And that's really understanding what you signed up for when you bought a franchise. So here's the thing. When you start a business, like I started Loud Rumor, right? Loud Rumor is not part of a franchise. It's a unique business, right? We created it from scratch, and everything that I do within Loud Rumor is our decision. And it's our style, and we create the systems and the processes, and we test things, and we do all these different things, and it's our job to do that, right? If I was gonna franchise Loud Rumor out, I would need to make sure that every franchisee is doing things exactly the same way that I've done it here that's been proven to be successful in order for everyone to have a great experience. And when they communicate, different customers from different franchise locations communicate, they all have the same story to tell, right? McDonald's is really great. McDonald's, look, here's the deal. There's a lot of places, including us, we can make a better burger than McDonald's. Like, McDonald's isn't a great burger. But McDonald's isn't successful because of how good their burgers are. They're successful because of how good their system was. And if you haven't watched the movie The Founder yet, which is the story of Ray Kroc and how he's built McDonald's, definitely go and watch it because you can learn a lot as a franchisee. But what I see a lot of the worst franchisees do is they buy into a franchise, which you do that so you don't have to create systems and processes and everything's turnkey. And they run it like it's their own business with their own decisions that they can make around so many things that should be locked in already. So when you take really successful franchisees, let's take somebody that everybody knows, right? I'm assuming you all know Magic Johnson or Shaquille O'Neal, right? Those are 2 pretty big popular names. Those 2 guys have hundreds of franchises between the 2 of them. But they don't go in there and say, okay, no, we need to do this different, and we need to do this, and we need to do that, and I don't care what they say, we're gonna do it this way, and let's call the franchise and complain about how they do it because this is a better way, and I think we should do it this way. They don't do that. What they know is when you buy into a franchise, the reason you do that is because you want to create some cash flow as passively as you possibly can by investing into a business that already has systems, processes, and proven ways to work it and run it, and then hire people that can actually execute it all, and then you take the profits. So I'll give you an example. McDonald's is ran by 17-year-old kids. Now, when you think about McDonald's, It's a lot, you probably think, oh, that's easy. McDonald's is a lot scarier than a fitness studio, right? First off, you got food. So you have potential food poisoning, and you've got people that are complaining about like certain allergies and all this stuff that you have to deal with. On top of that, you don't know how hard it is to keep things, I've worked in the restaurant industry, to keep things sanitary and the amount of inspections that come in and people slipping and falling and finding things in their food, choking on their food. And then you have to cook things at a certain temperature every single time, and everything has to be exact all the time. And you've got 16, 17-year-old pimple-faced kids working, running this system, making sure that the food tastes the exact same way, comes out within the exact same time, and looks the exact same way every single time. The reason is because you don't need great people to run a business. You need a great system to run a business and great people to run a great system. That's it. So when McDonald's built their system, they go, okay, we're building a system so that anybody can run it. And then we're hiring people and we're making sure that they run the plays. That's it. That's it. And so the most successful franchisees I've seen in the fitness industry as well, right? Orange Theories, the best F45, the best cycle bars, whatever it is. The most successful people don't go in there and work. Like Matt Kafora, he's got 7 locations. He barely goes into them ever. And that's been like that since his first location. What he does is he goes, I bought a franchise. My job is not necessarily to make cash right away. My job is to make cash as quickly as possible, but hire people that can run the plays and then run them the exact same way every time, and not fight it, and spend the money on marketing and advertising, and make sure that my people are going through the sales training that's provided. And if it's not provided, then invest in it. And then I go through it with them so that they can continue to grow the business. And you do not have a successful business. You cannot call yourself a successful business owner unless you can step away from the business and it can continue to grow without you. So I'll give you a great example. I was just in Europe all month. Here we are at the end of the month. I was in Europe for like almost 3 weeks. And before that, I was already traveling. I already traveled, and I'm traveling again in 2 days with my family. So pretty much the month of July, I think I'm working like 5 or 6 days. This is one of them. While I've been gone, my company has added $38,000 in monthly recurring revenue in fees. It's added that. We've lost no employees. We've had no HR issues. There's been no arguments, no fights. We've had no major no fires at all. Everything works smoothly. Now, is that going to happen every month? No, I mean, fires happen no matter what. But the point is, our company's grown without me having to be there. That's when you have a great business. See, you either have a great business or you are the business. And I think a lot of people come into a business thinking that they need to work hard because they're watching people like Gary Vaynerchuk saying like, you got to grind, you got to work, you got to be here. Nobody's going to outwork me. And I think you misinterpret what that means. It doesn't mean that you're working in the business like that, like an animal, making sales, doing all that stuff. Maybe the very beginning while you're like executing the systems and hiring people to fill it in. Sometimes not even that. But it's really more on just making sure that you, as the conductor of this orchestra called the business, you are making sure that everyone is playing their instruments exactly how they need to in order to make the perfect song. Obviously, that's an analogy. But we need to make sure as a franchisee, you realize that you don't have to work as hard. You just have to run the plays, spend money on marketing, spend money on sales, and just continue to benefit from the cash flow. If you're fighting with the franchise on how you believe something should be done and you have no experience, proven experience that actually works, then you're not executing like the most successful franchisees that we worked with, okay? If you are looking to eventually franchise your fitness studio, you need to make sure that you are also putting your franchisees in a good position, because I've also met some bad franchises as well. So really good franchises like Orange Theory, like F45, they not only have their operations already documented, but they've already put you in positions to where you know how to market and sell. There's sales training, there's marketing training, all that stuff. And they have vendors as well. Like we're a vendor for a lot of these guys, right? So at this point, you just need to stick to the script and do what Magic Johnson does, do what Shaq does, and says, my job is not to be in these locations. My job is to own a business that brings me cash flow every single month, not to be in a business where I have to work. Because you don't want to create a job. If you're creating a job, there's just way too much risk and way too much investment to have a job that makes you work that many hours with that little days off. If you're going to be spending that much money and you're going to be taking that much risk, it's so that you can build a business that generates cash flow for you with you not having to be in it. And you can focus as a CEO on just making sure that the business is making money, the right people are a part of the team, everyone is doing their jobs and holding each other accountable, the members are having a great experience. And you just need to make sure that's done. You don't need to get it done. Remember, GSD, it's not DS. DS stands for do shit. GSD is get shit done. Doesn't mean you have to get it done. It just means it has to get done. You can get somebody else to DS and do the shit, right? You just have to make sure it gets done. So I really want you to study some of the most successful franchisees out there. And you can do that, like I said, by watching some previous episodes where we had McAfor on, where we've had, Bedros on, Dave Long, right? You can just go back and watch some of these and really understand more about what it takes to be a successful franchisee. And I promise you, if you start connecting with these guys and start disconnecting from the least successful franchisees, you'll be able to become a product of this environment and learn more about what this actually means and realize that when you actually work less, you make more. I guarantee you, if you're working more in the business, the more hours you work, the less money you're making. The less hours you work, the more money you're making, because that means your business is working well without you. You can't scale yourself. You can scale other people, but you cannot scale yourself. You got 24 hours tops, and you need to sleep, you need to eat, and you need to spend time with your family. So hopefully this was valuable for you. There's a really, really great book it's by Robert Kiyosaki. It's called Cash Flow Quadrants. If you haven't read the book Cash Flow Quadrants yet, I definitely recommend, as he goes into a lot of this stuff. He talks about a lot of what we talked about today, but breaks it down a lot more. And essentially what it means is there's E, there's S, there's B, and there's I. E stands for employee. S stands for self-employed or specialist. B stands for business owner. And then I stands for investor. You want to be up here in the B. You don't want to be in the E or the S if you bought a business to run as a franchisee. You need to be up here in the B. If you're down here, you're going to be working too much in the business. You're going to struggle. You're going to pay the most in taxes. And you're not going to have the time that you need in order to continue to grow and spend time with your family. So guys, hope you really enjoyed this. Definitely get that book. And if you haven't already gotten into Loud Rumor VT, make sure you invest in that. It's an awesome training. We bring in some incredible people. In fact, one of the guys that we just had added into the group, LRVT trainings, is Tom Hatton of Mountainside Fitness. He now has over 95,000 active paying members. He's got 1,500 employees. He's got 18 locations. He is just crushing it. And he tells you exactly how to scale as a franchisee as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Guys, I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, or YouTube. And to watch more episodes and get exclusive links from each episode, go to gsdshow.com. Again, that's gsdshow.com.